welcome to the Dublin Coaches Show. I'm Jason Holcomb, Director of Public Relations for Dublin City Schools, and we're out here in probably the most pretty day you're going to find in April with Coach Glenn Bolden, head coach of the Dublin tennis teams. Coach, this is probably the best weather you could ask for in early April. I'm sure you've had different weather that you've had to deal with in the past, but instead of talking about this weather, let's talk about the team for a second.
Okay.
When did you take over the tennis program?
This is my third year here. I had my first year I was at the middle school, and then got the call from Dr. Williams, said, hey, we need you over here at high school. So when Dr. Williams calls, you have to answer.
Well, in those 3 short years, talk about some of the successes that our Dublin tennis teams, both boys and girls, have experienced.
We've had tremendous success in such a short time. Our girls and boys last year, they both finished runner-ups in the region last year. And the year before, our boys finished first and our girls finished second. So, and year before last, the boys, we went to the Elite 8 and the girls went to the Sweet 16. So,
well, for folks who aren't familiar with Dublin tennis, our history in the late 80s, early 90s, we were a pretty successful program, and for people who aren't familiar with statewide tennis, pretty much the private schools dominated because the top players from those private schools would have top coaches. And we had a lot of great coaches come through, and now Coach Bolden's taking on those reins. How proud are you to see these young people in particular? We've got so many of our players that are first-timers or second-timers. You know, these are not kids who go play tennis, aren't looking to become the next Venus or Serena. These are kids who are coming out playing. How proud are you of that?
Oh, I'm extremely proud of what we've been able to do in such a short period of time. And what we want to do is we just want kids to be interested in the program. Because that's a problem I thought we were going to have this year. I didn't think we were going to have enough to actually make a boys team, but we turned out having a whole bunch, even had some alternates this year. So it just shows that there's some interest in the program, and I'm extremely pleased with that.
And for those who've never played tennis, talk about the mental and physical expectations that this is different than playing a team sport. Talk about some of those challenges and how you teach that to some of these children who haven't played these types of sports before.
A lot of the game is mental. So we work with the kids a lot. Even on days when it rains, we'll take them over there to the field house and we'll just do some classes with them, work on mental things, give them some edges that they need, because that's most of the game is mental. A lot of the kids, they have the physical tools to play the game, but it's the mental portion that really destroys a lot of the kids, like how to handle pressure and things of that nature. And we really want them to just play loose. You want to teach them to play loose and not be stressed and tense out there, because if you play loose, then you're going to play a lot better. And
talk about how those kind of ideas and ideals can translate off the court and into life.
Absolutely, because when you get out in the real world, you're going to come across lots of hurdles, and if you're able to deal with those things, you know, it's going to make you a better professional as well. You know, if you're able to handle stress, because you're able to work with others, and those are things that we try to instill in our players.
Well, this year was youth. It seemed like that was the common theme, and how did our youth translate out for the season?
Well, we had a lot of freshman boys and guys that basically just picked up the racket this year. And so whenever you have that, then you know you're going to have some issues, you know, throughout the course of a season. But they have improved. We've noticed great improvement with our guys, so, and that's all you can expect for improvement and growth.
Well, I know that you're as excited as I am to see these young people out here taking in this weather, hopefully making some memories. I think we're going to take a real quick break and come back with the other half of the coaching tandem here at Dublin High School. And when we come back, we're also going to talk to some players. So keep your eyes and ears open. We'll be back in a second. This has been the Dublin Coaches Show on TV 35.
If you're suffering from a non-healing wound, we have good news. The Downtown Dublin Wound Center offers advanced treatments, experience, and state-of-the-art technology, including hyperbaric oxygen treatments for healing most any wound, even those that won't respond to conventional treatment. Call us today at 410-3500. Let Dr. Davis and his staff get you on the road to recovery. Downtown Dublin Wound Center, 124D West Madison Street, downtown Dublin. Travis's Professional Carpet Cleaning Services has been providing constant and quality carpet care for more than a decade. Call Travis's for expert cleaning and restoration of your carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and more. Travis offers residential and commercial services in order to make your home or office a cleaner and healthier environment. Travis's Professional Carpet Cleaning Services, a leader in Lawrence and surrounding counties for more than a decade. Call now at 278-4373.
Welcome back to the Dublin Coaches Show. We're out here at the tennis courts at Dublin High School. Region 3 AA tennis tournament's wrapping up, and right now we're joined by Coach Wayne Scott. Coach, it's a pleasure to have you. If you guys ever drive past these tennis courts, it's rare that you won't find Coach Scott out here with somebody hitting a tennis ball. Coach, talk about getting the opportunity to work with these young people on such a regular basis. What kind of relationships, and talk about how you watch their skill sets grow. What does that mean to you?
Well, watching the skill set means a lot to me and to the kids out here, because a lot of them come out here don't know anything about tennis, and once I start breaking down the 1, 2, 3 steps in tennis to them, they start enjoying it. The biggest part of about seeing the results of it. And I started out with a freshman team this year, and we didn't have too many coming up from the middle school, and they all knew. So I think that by the end of the 3rd or 4th year, you're going to see some positive results, and that's where I get my joy from.
Now, talk about your coaching tenure. How long have you been coaching tennis?
Been coaching tennis since 1999.
Wow.
Yeah, and
year after I graduated high school. No pressure or anything.
No pressure, and I've coached all the way from Blakely County to Dodge County, West Lawrence to East Lawrence to and Dublin. So I'm a tennis coach for just the community around the connecting counties. And
we should call you Heart of Georgia RISA tennis coach. That's what it sounds like. You're only missing a couple counties there, but.
Yes, and to include some that comes from Macon and Ronda Robbins, that I, also coaches, and a lot of them has gotten tennis scholarships from it, and they came back and to help out with tennis camp that I run every year. And matter of fact, I got some of the graduating students from last year here to support the team today.
Wow, see that's always special to me, because growing up in this community, and I wasn't at this high school, I was at the patch of grass where a high school used to be.
That's where I was also.
But it means a lot to me to hear about people coming back and putting some time and effort and some of their talents and treasure back into these young people. For you, I know it has to mean a lot to see our students, who many of them have maybe caught tennis on SportsCenter because they're waiting for an NFL highlight to come on, and you're teaching these children how to properly swing a backhand and how to come up close to the net, how to do all of those things that, coming into the year, it may have been foreign to them. How much joy does that give you when you see these children coming, like our freshmen this year, coming from very little knowledge to hopefully being medium or semi-advanced knowledge of the game?
It means a lot to me, because not only teaching them the way of the skill of the game and teaching them how this game going to matter to them later on in life, but also, to get them prepared for tennis tournaments and things of that nature, for USTA events. And that's the biggest part of getting them off the street, doing something, because everyone cannot play football and basketball.
Right.
So we found a sport here that is a lifetime sport. Here I'm at my age, I'm still playing, and my mentor, who's in Blakely County, he's like 80-something years old, and he's still playing tennis. So it's a lifetime sport, and I enjoy just teaching them.
Yeah, my uncle played semi-pro, and he got to play a bunch of pro-ams, played with Jimmy Connors and a few others. That's always been the name that always blew my mind. When my Uncle Paul said that, I went, wow. But he played up until his passing. He lived into his late 50s, and he played every single weekend in some tournament, and that's one of the things I love about this sport. Like you said, it's ageless. It's just a matter, so long as those knees and shoulders and elbows are working right, you can get out there and swing a racket.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, what's the one thing that you hope that these players, these boys and girls, take away from the time that you spend with them on the tennis court?
I always tell the kids that the attitude means everything, and it's a 10-90 rule. You know, the thing that 10% of things that happen to us and 9% how we handle it. So regardless of how the attitude is on the court, maintain a positive attitude, and you have positive results in life.
Very cool. Well, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by some of the players from the Dublin boys team. Stick around. It's the Dublin Coaches Show on TV 35.
Every morning, you're up at dawn to take care of the land you love. So are we. That's why Kubota dealers are the best at understanding what you need and sending you home with the perfect machine for the job. We know more than equipment. We know you.
Freeman's Lawn and Garden. Call us at 272-2198.
We at Pruitt Health Hospice strive for excellence. We strive for excellence in our staff, our nurses, our CNAs, our chaplains, our social workers, our volunteers. One of the most frequently asked questions about hospice is what pays for hospice services. I'm here to tell you that Medicare and Medicaid pay hospice services at 100%, as well as most private insurances. Our mission is our family, your family, one family. Committed to loving, giving, and caring, united in making a difference.
Welcome back to the Dublin Coaches Show, but we're back with players this time. We already talked to Coach Bolden and Coach Scott. Now we're going to shift over to the Dublin boys team. The Dublin boys team played earlier today in the Region 3 AA tournament. Didn't have the result we were hoping for, but we've got a lot of young people. Let's go ahead and meet a couple of them right here. Go ahead and tell me your name, year of school, and how many years you've been playing tennis.
My name is Jason Lynn, and I've been playing tennis this is my first year.
Wow.
And I'm a freshman.
Fantastic. And let's go ahead and shift over this way.
My name is Donald Harrell. I'm in the 10th grade, and I've been playing tennis for 3 years.
Very cool.
My name is Deshun Floyd. I'm in the 10th grade, and I've been playing tennis. This is my first year.
So we've got two first-year players and one third-year player. I can't imagine when you two first-year folks came into this tennis season that you had swung a racket a whole lot. Yeah, either one of you want to talk about how much or how little you swung a racket before you came out here onto the court?
I hadn't swung it at all. Like, this is my first time actually on the court and playing.
What made you want to play tennis?
It just seemed interesting.
And what have you gotten from this time, this season, playing tennis?
A lot of experience. Like, this is something I've never done before, and it is very exciting.
Now, have you played other sports for Dublin?
Yes, sir. I ran cross country.
And how did cross country help prepare you in some way for the tennis season?
It helped me increase my endurance and stamina.
Very cool. Now we've got another first-year player over here, Jason. Every time they hollered your name, I was looking around because that's my name, so I was worried that I was in trouble, but they were cheering you on. Talk for a second about tennis. What makes somebody want to swing a tennis racket and come out here? Because you guys are out here every day. I see you all the time practicing.
Yeah. What makes you want to play?
Yeah.
Oh, just getting that passive shot over is just an amazing feeling, and just having them clueless it's kind of unexplainable, but you just feel so good after you hit it.
Talk about Coach Scott's principles and how those helped you as far as developing your ability to play effectively out on the court.
Well, Coach Scott's principles are really like out there, to say that, and he'll make us run forever. He'll make us do push-ups. You just really improve when you're with Coach Scott, as he has many years of experience, which helps out, and you just become a better player in general.
Now, you're one of the senior players, even though we have no seniors on the team this year. What has it been like for you to have to take on somewhat of a leadership role with some of these younger guys to try to help explain things to them? What has that been like for you?
It hasn't been hard, really, because they have gotten a lot better since the start of the year. They've really improved a lot with the help of Coach Scott, and they actually helped me get better as a returning player from last year. So yeah.
Well, from what I understand, you played doubles last year, correct? What kind of a challenge was that for you to have to shift gears and go from managing half of a court to managing all of the court?
Yeah, that was one of the biggest challenges. I love playing doubles, and when I had to switch to singles, I don't know. I lost my first couple games, but once I got used to it, I started getting back on track.
Do you feel like playing singles now will help galvanize you if you do get the opportunity to go back to doubles?
Yeah, it would, because it would make playing on a smaller scale, it makes it so that you're less likely to hit it out when it's a larger scale.
Very cool. We've shifted from singles to doubles. We've got some of our Dublin boys doubles players out here. I was taking pictures of you guys earlier. First off, let's go ahead and get your names and your year in school and how many years you've been playing tennis.
I'm Ahmad Lattimore, year 2020, and I've been playing tennis for 1 year.
1 year.
My name is Tyrek Harris. I'm in 9th grade, and this is my first year playing.
So we've got a pair of first-year players. Are you guys the #1 doubles team?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So first-year players, #1 doubles. What was it like when you came out to the tennis court? What were you expecting, and what were you met with?
I really wasn't expecting to be first in anything until I kind of got adjusted to the way to play tennis, actually.
And what about the challenges? Because I know you watch tennis on TV, if you're watching Sports Center or watching kids play. Was it different, the same, more, less? What was it like when you had to come out here every day and play?
It was different because, I'm getting adjusted playing a new sport that I never tried before. And, being in the position that you're like them, it feels pretty cool to play this game.
Well, this game is a game that requires a lot of focus, a lot of inner drive. Unlike some of the other sports that you play that are team focused, sometimes your teammates can pick you up. What is it like having to pick yourself up in those moments where you're not playing like you need to, but you got to play better?
It's kind of hard, but you got to look at, I want this win, and you got to look at your partner, and they'll encourage you, and then you just have to just pick yourself up, just try to change things up.
And then I want to talk for a second about being a student athlete, because you guys have a lot of demands on you where you're out here playing all afternoon for practice, then you have to come home and you still have the same homework as someone who's not playing. How do you manage that schedule when you go off to a tournament and have to come back and you still have papers due and still have homework to do? How do you manage that schedule so you still keep your grades where you want them?
I guess set a schedule for yourself and how you're going to do your homework and after school activities. I know my schedule, I do my homework when I get home after practice, and I just set a schedule for every day, really.
Very cool. Well, we're going to take another break because we need to talk to the Lady Irish here shortly. This is the Dublin Coaches Show on TV 35.
Southeastern Immediate Care and Dr. John Sousa are ready to take care of all your minor emergencies and primary care needs. We have state-of-the-art in-house lab and digital x-ray equipment. Our state-of-the-art equipment and courteous and well-trained staff will meet all your health care needs. We accept most insurance, and scheduling an appointment is not necessary. Our cash prices are very affordable. Visit us on Facebook or on our website at southeasternimmediatecare.com and come see us for all your health care needs. We're at 1006 Hillcrest Parkway across from the Social Security office in Dublin. Call us at 272-8140. Southeastern Immediate Care and Dr. John Sousa are ready to take care of all your minor emergency and primary care needs. And count on Southeastern Immediate Care and Dr. John Sousa for all your minor emergencies and primary care needs.
Welcome back to the Dublin Coaches Show. We've been waiting for a few minutes, and the Lady Irish are victorious. They're going to be the number 3 seed in Region 3AA, so they're heading off to the state playoffs here next week. Let's go ahead and introduce some of the ladies first. These are our doubles teams. I'm going to start on the left side, work to my right side. Go ahead and give us your name, your grade, and how many years you've been playing tennis.
My name is Evelyn Emmon. I play first doubles, and I've been playing tennis for 2 years now.
My name is Jalecia McCray. I play first doubles, and I've been playing tennis for 2 years.
My name is Taylor Maynard. I play second doubles, and I've been playing for 2 years.
My name is Piper Zoner, and I'm in 9th grade, and I've been playing for, 3 years.
All right, so Piper, you're the most senior doubles player out here. Did you guys play in middle school before you came up? Or... Okay, now let's talk for a second about doubles. Doubles is a slightly different animal than singles. For any of you, has there been a challenge in playing doubles? Go ahead and talk about it.
Yes. Last year, I got used to playing singles, so I had to readjust to playing doubles. And I played singles a little bit of this year, too.
What about y'all?
Well, I came from middle school. I played singles my 8th grade year, but 6th grade I played doubles, so I'm not new to doubles.
Now, tennis is an individual sport, and it's hard to explain to people that even in doubles, yeah, you've got a partner, but there's still a lot of weight on your shoulders. Talk about how you manage that and how that can help you in other areas of your life.
Well, I mean, you got to be dependent, but you can't be really dependent on the other person when it comes to your side. So it helps you to be independent in a way, but you still got to, work together with people in order to get to the top.
And finally, you guys are heading back to the playoffs. That has to be an exciting thing regardless of where you have to go and who you have to play. What kind of validation does it give you for all this time that you've put in for these months that now you get to go play state playoff tennis?
Well, personally, me, I'm kind of nervous, but I feel like that if we get in there and work hard and practice hard, we'll make it.
We're wrapping things up here at the tennis courts at Dublin High School. The Lady Irish were victorious, claiming the number 3 seed. They're going to be heading off to the state playoffs shortly. So we wanted to catch up with them. Now that they're winners and moving on, we're going to first introduce the rest of these singles players. Go ahead and tell us your name, your grade, and how many years you've been playing tennis.
My name is Courtney Collins. I'm in 10th grade. I've been playing tennis for 5 years.
I'm Takora Smith. I'm in 11th grade, and I've been playing for 6 years.
My name is Naya Maynor, and I'm in 11th grade, and I've been playing for 6 years as well.
Wow, so these are our veterans right here. You guys have actually been the veterans for the entire team, boys and girls. What kind of challenge has that been like for you guys to have to, keep people pepped up, keeping them focused, trying to keep things rolling so that you guys can be where you are now going to the state playoffs?
Well, actually, you just have to encourage them and let them know that anything is possible.
Now, talk about practice schedule, because anybody who knows anything about tennis knows that you have to practice consistently. What kind of schedule do you keep when you're playing tennis?
Well, practice is from 5 to 7, Monday through Fridays. So we have to balance schoolwork versus practice. So usually I do most of my schoolwork before practice and then finish it up afterwards.
That's a good point, and I've talked about that with several of our other teams across the year. Being a student athlete presents a host of challenges that regular students just don't have to deal with, trying to manage that time. But Courtney, how do you feel like that's going to prepare you down the road when you get into the real world?
I think it'll be easier on me because in high school I had more challenges than the rest of the people. So I think it'll be easier, mind-wise, because I had a more complicated schedule.
And talk about the excitement of right now. You're right in the moment. You just finished winning, and you're heading to the playoffs. What's going through your mind?
Just great things.
What about you, Courtney?
Just positive mindset and a good outlook on our team.
Nah, what about you?
Well, winning was great, and I'm glad we're going to the playoffs. From now on, all we can do is work hard and try our best.
Very cool. Well, ladies, I want to thank you and everybody with Dublin Tennis today. You guys did fantastic. There's a lot of pictures available on our Flickr site. Please check us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on TV35, DCS.Irish. Please support these young people. They are wonderful, doing great things. This has been the Dublin Coaches Show on TV35.